Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I give you my 2023 MLB season predictions. Let's get right into it without wasting any time. So first, let's start with the National League. I'm going to try to go through this as fast as I can. I've created a few graphics to hopefully make it as understandable as possible. So first, let's get into it with the National League East. The Mets, big few offseason deals. They didn't quite get to where they wanted to last season, but I think they put it all together this year. Top of the NL East, comfortable playoff position. The Braves come back after the World Series a few years ago, another successful year last year, and they keep it rolling. The Phillies, they're going to play another good year, but won't be able to compete with the two top teams in the Mets and Braves. I think the Phillies will have a little bit of a World Series hangover, but I still think they'll be fighting for a playoff spot though late in the year. The Marlins are a team that I can see give the top of the division a fight. Also, just like the Phillies, they can compete for the 3 or 2 spot, but I think they aren't top quality like the Mets, Braves, and possibly the Phillies. And lastly, in the East, the Nationals, no big deals over the offseason. Horrible last few years, and I just think that will continue in D.C. Moving right along, here we go to the National League Central. Let's start with the Cardinals at number 1. Contreras came over from their rival, the Cubs, and I think he'll be a big part. They needed to catch a replace in Yachty, and I think that all the pieces will finally be put together for St. Louis. It'll be interesting to see if they can compete in the playoffs, but I think that they will be able to compete in the NL Central. Cubs, a lot of big offseason moves. I see them the offense being better, the pitching being better to number 2 in the league. The Brewers, no notable moves, but they always just seem to be with their good pitching. An iffy offense, they always seem to give the top of the league or the division a fight. The Pirates, bringing back Andrew McCutchen, will be better than the Reds, not by much, but that's really all that separates these two teams for the bottom. The Reds were more sellers than they were buyers in the offseason, so I see them successfully finishing in the final spot of the Central. Last division in the National League, we go to the West. I think this is finally the year where the San Diego Padres top the LA Dodgers. I said it last year. That was not the case. I think this is the year. We'll see if the Padres are going to be able to deliver in the playoffs, but I do think that they will be the better team over the Dodgers this year. I think it's going to be close. I think LA is still going to give them a fight, but that's why I have them dropping back to second. Giants would really have a lot of help if they had Correa, but they did not quite like his physical enough. And I see the Giants and Diamondbacks really being a good fight for that 3 spot, as I think the Diamondbacks will have a bit of an improvement year. We saw parts of it last year. A lot of young guys coming in. I hope it builds again this year. The Rockies still struggling to get Chris Bryant healthy, and otherwise, I mean, the roster's just not good, and that's all that needs to be said. All right, let's shift to the American League. This is going to be a great league to watch. Really looking forward to this. Both leagues, it's going to be a great season. Every team playing each other at least once. But first, for the American League, we're also going to start with the East here. This is the Yankees season. I'm not saying it's the Yankees season in the playoffs. I'm saying it's the Yankees season in the regular season. I'm really looking forward to see this East. But I like the Yankees to win it. I like the Blue Jays to actually live to the hype. They had a lot of hype last year, did not live up to it. I hope they can do it this year. I expect them to do it this year. The Rays come in at number 3. The Rays will be battling with the Blue Jays. I also think that the Orioles could get in that mix. Rays still one of the lowest payrolls, but very capable of giving the Blue Jays a fight. And if you want to go on a limb, they could give the Yankees a fight. Orioles, not really a big offseason, but it got off the doormat last year, starting to improve. Red Sox, more sellers than buyers over the offseason, but one big extension, and that was pretty much it. So I think the Red Sox will come in last. Moving right along here to the Central. The Guardians, this is it. The Guardians are here. Finally, first time really since 2016, we've been talking about them to be a legit contender. I think they put all the pieces together finally this year. The White Sox, I don't think won't give them much of a fight. I think the Guardians should actually pretty easily secure this top spot. The White Sox really need to improve because they've had a lot of hype around them these last few years, haven't been able to deliver. I think they'll be able to pull out number 2. The Tigers, a lot of building parts to them this season. They're improving. They're getting some young guys up from the minors. I think they will fight with the White Sox for that number 2 spot, but I got them falling with number 3. Minnesota, Correa, he can't solve all their issues. They're going to stay at 4. Royals, doing nothing over the offseason. Rough last season. And they're just going to be bad once more and rebuild at number 5 in the division. Final division of the day here in the American League. It's the West. Astros are going to keep on rolling. I don't think they're going to win the World Series, but I do think that they will be able to top the West. Here's where we go on a bit of a limb. I think the Rangers will go into that second spot. The Rangers and Mariners are going to be a fun battle to watch all season. It'll be close. I don't think the Rangers have a chance in that top spot, but I think the Rangers have a chance to peek over the Mariners. That'll be a close battle for second, but I like Texas to come out on top. Mariners a close third. LA, still got Ohtani, still got Trout, but they just cannot get that one piece to finally get back to the playoffs. They're going to be in number 4, and the A's have done absolutely nothing these last few years. They did nothing over the offseason. And that's why it's an easy 5 pick for me. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not doing my postseason predictions yet. I'm not doing my World Series predictions yet. But there were all my regular season predictions, the standings in each division. I hope you enjoyed. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you were ready for a great 2023 of baseball. MLB season right around the corner. Thanks for watching. Gravity.